What's up, Pan Dudes? Peter from Panda here. Hey, as I may have mentioned, well, I'm kind of a product of the 80s. It wasn't really till the 90s that were the years that were really formative for me. So I have a real nostalgia for the old brick phone that was kind of made famous in the 80s, but really wasn't, kind of seen in mass until the early 90s. So I'm going to call it a 90s phone. But that old early style brick phone, which I showed you, is cool, and I have been looking for a phone that really looks like that older one. I showed you the Benetton one that is very similar, but the design is a little bit different. This one is a famous KR999. This is a GSM phone. You can actually put a SIM card in it, use it as your only phone. It has an LCD here. This is going to be a true unboxing. I just received it. This is what it comes in. It comes in kind of like this book format. And then I'm going to play around with it and give you a little bit of follow-up. But it opens up. There we go. It's got a little magnetic cover here. And then looks like there's a book in here. And it says Motilona, which is funny because it might be I play on Motorola. Outlets plug here. There is a mini, not micro USB cable, so that's interesting. The antenna, which I'm not sure if this is real or just for show, but the connector in here looks like it is a real antenna. And then here is the battery, and I thought this is interesting because it's a 9800 milliamp. I assume it's maybe a lithium ion. It's not super heavy, so it doesn't feel like this whole thing is a solid battery, but 9800 milliamps would be redonkulously huge, much bigger than an iPad, I believe. Or I think iPads are in the 6000 milliamp range. But anyway, very, very big batteries, particularly for a cell phone. And then the phone itself, which I ordered here in black, and I also believe it comes in white, does look a lot more to me like the old style Motorola brick phone. What is interesting here is that it has a kind of like equalizer bar type of speaker grill in the back, which isn't very authentic to the 80s phones. But otherwise, depth-wise, the fact that it's straight top to bottom and kind of the squared speaker there is kind of very authentic. The antenna to me looks a little short and stubby compared to the original, and it wouldn't have had this big LCD screen here. This would have just been kind of a one-line LCD there, colored LCD. But otherwise, it's much more of a reasonable facsimile with mini USB plug on the side. It also has some texture here, these angled embossed lines to give it some grip. Button arrangement looks pretty good, so we're going to give this thing a try. I'm going to kind of put it together, pair it to my phone, see if we can get it to work. Alright kids, so I've been playing around with this phone a little bit, and some of the things that I suspected are true. So it is kind of like the old style Nokia. There are some menu features. You can add contacts, you can set some alarms, etc., etc. You can even play short videos or put songs on here. It does appear to be dual SIM, so if I power it off here, first of all, the volume on this sucker is crazy loud. The back just slides off like this, and the battery just drops in, this gigantic monster battery. And you can see that in the back here, there are places for a SIM 1. Might be a little hard to see there because of the way the light is shining. SIM 1 and SIM 2. So, and then you can drop this battery in just like this. It's a little weird. One of the things I was hoping is that it would support the Bluetooth hands-free protocol so that I could pair it to an iPhone and make calls and actually use this phone without having to get another SIM card in order to make it a standalone cell phone. It does not appear you can do that. After some some finagling, I was able to pair it to my phone, which looks like it's more to output audio, etc., kind of like on the A2DP protocol, but that never worked either, even though they did actually pair. And the language is a little wonky, the user manual is a little wonky. It's clearly not written by someone whose first language is English, but it's manageable if you want to use this phone as your only phone, or if you're going somewhere, powering it on. And I'm even muffling that back speaker as much as I can, so powering this thing up or off in public could totally be an embarrassing little endeavor. I'm sure you can set it in the settings somewhere, but I couldn't even find that. It's just some of the terminology, like trying to Bluetooth pair was called Bluetooth bonding, and then it would say bonding in progress, and then bonding completed. So sounded more like a dating or father-daughter relationship. Anyway, but the hardware itself is really nice. Like I said, I was really hoping to use this as a Bluetooth, like a headset for my phone. But given that it supports 2 SIM cards and has a huge battery, to me this would actually make not only a good prop if you're going to an 80s theme party, but a good emergency phone because it has such a crazy big battery. I bet the standby time and the talk time on it is fantastic. So if your phone ever went down, you could throw in your SIM card in there. It's a GSM phone, so keep that in mind. It'd probably have to be T-Mobile or AT&T or something like that. And the hardware is just super attractive. You can put this sucker out, and I guarantee you people in that 30-something range will comment on the nostalgic nature of this phone. So KR999 Montelona retro style brick cell phone. Very cool packaging. But super disappointed that I can't use it as a Bluetooth headset for my phone, but nonetheless it'll kind of make a cool desk piece with my other brick phones. Peter von Panda, out.